Hello friends, I am still seeing fall all over the interwebs on Instagram, YouTube. You know, part of me is always a little bit sad to say goodbye to one season and transition into the next, but around here weather dictates what we do and the snow has come. So we got about an inch of snow, you might have seen that in our fall video. Then that all melted. Now we had another inch of snow the other night, and I think it's here to stay. The temperature has not gotten over 32 degrees in about a week, so the snow is not going anywhere this time. It's getting darker. It's time for us to transition into winters. I know we did an end of fall video, which meant that we got a lot of stuff done outside, but we still need a winter prep video because there is still a list of things that need to be done to make sure that we have a good winter ahead, and we're gonna bring you along and show you what we do to prepare for the winter season now that it's here. I'm actually grateful that the first two snows have just been a little dusting. I feel like we are getting just like a little preview, like, get ready, it's coming. You have a few more days to get everything prepped. So that's what we're doing right now. So we're gonna bring you along. Here's Miss Luna. She's playing with a ball. You done? Because I turned on the camera. One of the things that we have to worry about when winter time rolls around is tires. My minivan and Mark's van actually have all weather tires on them, so there's not a lot of work we have to do there. But Gus the bus does need new tires when the snow starts to fall. You might be kind of surprised, none of our cars are four-wheel drive, but we do have all-wheel drive cars, and then the right tires make a big difference. So this is Gus the bus. He's our 12-passenger van, and it has studded tires. You can see right here, there's little studs. Mark took it in and got the summer tires taken off and got these studded tires put on. We store them in the shed all year, and then we have to switch them out because this big van needs good tires for the winter if we want to use it, which we do like using it all year round. So studded snow tires it is for Gus the bus. Snow Claw. Another thing that we make sure that we have in all the cars is some sort of ice scraper, ice broom. These are an absolute must. This one is off of Amazon, and it has this foam end on this side and a scraper on the other. And this is amazing for Mark's airplane. He uses it to get the snow off of the wings. Usually you would just have a brush on the end, but it is absolutely essential that each car has some sort of brush and scraper in it for the winter. So we're making sure that those are in all the cars because you don't want to get stuck in the snow or with ice on your windshield without a scraper. A credit card can work in an emergency, but it's really not the best option. Mark also has to include this contraption into his trunk. He puts a camp stove under it and uses it to warm up his airplane engine if he wants to go flying in the winter time. He has to use that little contraption. Another thing we make sure we get in the car is an emergency kit. I've thankfully never had to use anything out of this other than maybe a spare pair of gloves, but this is where we keep things like, this is a down blanket, other blankets, snacks. I'm actually gonna pull these snacks out, put them in my kids' lunches, and get some new snacks just because I don't want things to expire in here. We've got flasher lights, plus this is like if you needed to break a windshield and a really bright light that will flash, you can put it on the road if you have an accident. Toilet paper, hand sanitizer, some more snacks, beef jerky, lots of blankets. And then in the bottom of here is snow gear, hats, extra gloves, extra socks, lots of that kind of stuff, just to make sure if we were to get in a situation where we like slid off the road or something, this would be really, really helpful. Got some really good gloves in here, and then kids gloves. We also have a little battery charger, but I'm gonna go plug this in and make sure that it's fully charged before I put it in the car for winter, because I think you have to recharge it quite often if you want it to actually work. Now we have a rule in our house that once the snow is on the ground, kids are not allowed to get in the car without a jacket, preferably without a snowsuit, but our kids will always have a jacket with them We will have some extras of that kind of stuff, especially for the littler ones. But even if they're not wearing it, because we do park in the garage and the cars are not that cold, often our kids refuse to wear a jacket in the car, which is fine, but they do always have a jacket along with them. I have gotten comments in the past, why does your kid not have a jacket on? Well, the car is heated, it's warm when they get into it. Sometimes they think they don't need a jacket. These Alaska kids are tough, and it's hard convincing them to get in a jacket unless it's really, really cold. Oh, look who came to investigate. Of course she had to come see what Mama was doing, huh? Getting stuff ready for winter. I also have an extra scraper in here just in case something happens to my main scraper. I can put this together and use it.
Okay, I'm gonna be installing some new bindings on my snowboard. Just seeing if it's a good stance. I think I'm actually pretty good. I'm trying to shine the edges of the snowboard so it's as frictionless as possible.
As the boys are getting older, they are showing a lot of interest in snowboarding, but it can get very expensive to get boards that fit them as they grow. Mark noticed that an acquaintance on Facebook was moving out of state and was trying to sell some of his kids' snowboards, so Mark went and got a few that will grow with the boys. Hunter showed some real initiative by getting the bindings installed for himself and getting it all polished up and ready for winter. He then moved on to his old board and got that ready for Bennett. I see a lot of winter fun ahead with these snowboards. We also like to cross-country ski and winter bike as a family, which all takes a lot of gear, so we do our best to buy used for these growing boys.
So as you can see, winter has come. It's like 20 degrees out here, and we love to go camping. We love doing this stuff. Last weekend, I took the boys, my older boys, and the boys from church went camping. It was beautiful. We saw northern lights. It was just gorgeous, and we had a great time. But when you wake up and it's 20 degrees outside, it's really cold. And so I've been investigating a hot tent. And a hot tent is where you take a stove like this, and you can put it inside of a tent, and you got a heat source. And that way you can go camping and extend your activities for, you know, all winter long. You don't have to stop. So we were really wanting to do something like that. I reached out to this cool company called Tigris. They sent us this tent. We're gonna try it out, set it up, see if it works, and hopefully we can use it all winter long, taking the boys camping and doing different activities. So the one nice thing about this tent is it's not that big. I mean, it's kind of a thin-walled tent. There's a stove. You're not gonna necessarily backpack 30 miles into the mountains with this, but you definitely could take it car camping or hiking a couple miles. So let's check it out. This tent is a single wall tent, which means there's only one wall of material between where you're gonna be camping and the outdoors. So it'll warm up fast and get cold fast. It's also a teepee tent, so that means it's got one big pole in the center and a bunch of stakes going out around the sides to pull it up. To be able to have a hot tent, you've got to have what's called a stove jack. There's a fiberglass patch that goes in the roof of the tent that the hot chimney can go through. Otherwise, you'd be melting all of the material. One neat thing about this stove is it's a compact package. The entire chimney and all of the accessories fit down inside the stove chamber. So you just have this one box that you take out into the field. It all pops right up with these nice legs, and you can set it right up.
We will get this warmed up soon.
You could fit 3 cots in here. One right here, one right here, and one here.
Well, we gotta figure it out. That's why I was kind of hoping we could get a cot or two in here today and see how they are. If you want to grab one, that'd be great. Thank you, Hunter.
Hey, just go grab the cot.
All right. I think it's about going. Look at this.
All right, we got the fire in. Let's see how fast this thing warms up. It's about 20 degrees out here, so it's definitely chilly.
It's starting to warm up here. I can't really touch the stove anymore.
We're gonna add a couple big logs. The boys are getting comfortable, and I'll go get the stuff to start cooking lunch. We got our wood here on here just to kind of dry out. It's got it's a little bit damp, and yeah, that fits 2 cots really nicely here. All right, I just got back from the house getting the food, and this tent is just pumping out the heat. You can see that thing smoking. I'm excited. Let's go inside and see how warm it is, see if it's warmed up yet. All right, boys.
Yeah.
Oh, are you cozy?
Yeah.
Check it out. You got the water on here. Got some hot water warming up.
The stove was so hot it was burning those logs that were on top of it.
Oh, was it really?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is, whoa. Okay, let's close that up. Oh, this is awesome.
It's hot.
Okay.
Can I have your gloves?
Yep, we got. Don't touch any of this without leather gloves. It'll burn.
No, I touched the thermometer.
Oh, okay. Yeah, even that. Holy smokes, it is warm in here. I'm like taking off my hat and gloves. We got the hot water. This is oh, sweet. Okay, so you guys ready for lunch?
Yeah.
Okay.
You should get in the sleeping bag. It's warm.
I don't need to. All right, we're gonna have to take the hot water off for right now.
I'll grab it. I'll grab it.
Okay, I can get it right now. We'll just set it.
Really hot?
I'll set. Not yet. It will be later.
It's almost 400 degrees.
Okay.
The stove's almost 400 degrees, Dad.
Is it?
No, look.
Yeah. So one awesome thing about a hot tent is you don't need to bring a stove. We're cooking right on this stove. It's heating this whole thing up. Like I'm about ready to take off a layer. Outside, we're like shivering, and this is amazing. Probably even warmer. I'm on the ground. These boys are up on this cot. It gets hotter the higher up you go. Okay, so that's, ooh. Oh, that's like already burning hot. I gotta get this stuff on there. I think one of the tricks with this is that you can either feed the fire all night, or you need to bring like a sleeping bag that it's okay if it gets cold. And so that, you know, in the morning you just fire up the heat and then it's okay. Holy smokes, guys, this is awesome. Oh yeah. Yeah, this is sweet. Okay, Everett, here, let me unzip it. Let's unzip it for you. You gonna come in? Are you cold out there? Here, oh, no, don't go by the fire. You gotta go sit. Okay, go sit by Hunter. You ready?
Everett, take off your shoes and come get in here.
Okay, Everett, you want some hot lunch?
Yes.
Okay, you can keep your shoes on. Just lay next to him. All right, I'll make you a grilled cheese. Are you cold out there?
Yes.
How's it feel inside here?
Good.
All right, Everett. One grilled cheese, two grilled cheese coming up.
One pillow.
Whoa, that's a hot.
Sitting in a hot tub.
All right, so overall, this hot tent is awesome. It's pumping out the heat. We're cooking lunch. We have a good time. I mean, it's 20 degrees outside, and it'd be really hard to be out there with kids all day long. We totally could camp in this. I think we will later this summer, or later this winter. But there's definitely things to be careful of. Everett was just in here. It's kind of dangerous. You got this very hot chimney. He wasn't paying attention. He knocked Bennett's sleeping bag right here. We burnt a hole in it. So you got to be really careful. Probably not for the littlest kids, but for the older kids, this is gonna be great.
Oh yeah. Let's go. It's good being old.
None of the boys are out here right now, but I'm gonna go in the hot tent and just see how warm it is. I can see that they've got a fire going in it. Hunter decided he wanted to spend the night out here. It is a lot warmer in here than it is outside, so that's good. I'm excited to use this winter. I love wearing these boots in winter, but for the last 2 years they've gotten pretty dirty, and so I keep telling myself I would polish them up. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm first cleaning them. They've got some things on them that need to be rubbed off, and then I'm gonna try and use this Kiwi instant polish, and hopefully that will revive and protect these leather boots for another season because I love them so much. They're like my winter staple. What do you need, Westy? I got them all cleaned up with some water, and then disaster struck in 3, 2, 1, 0. Oh my goodness. Can't believe I just did that. Well, just ruined my sweater. I went to take off the top of this and the whole thing came off, and so I just now ruined my sweater. Hopefully I get that out now. Oh man. I had polishing these boots on my list of things to do for over a year because it scared me, and I was right. This was not a project that I enjoyed. It didn't really turn out the way I wanted it to, and I need a better strategy for next time. Well guys, you win some, you lose some. I don't think I got the right color for my boots, so they're now a different color, but that's okay. As long as they're protected, I'm okay with that. I was scared to do this project, and I'm not sure that I did a good job, so I'm a little bit frustrated with that. And right as I was finishing, I went to pull the top off to fix one little spot, and the top like flew off again, and now I have dye everywhere. So not very happy about that. I'm gonna go spray down my sweater, see if I can salvage that. I'm scrubbing the carpet. This should have been done in the garage, and I'm not gonna use this again. Part of our winter prep is getting ready for our Christmas card exchange. We did this last year. We got over 600 Christmas cards from around the world from our viewers. This is how it works. You send us a card, we turn around and send you a postcard back. Well, in order to have a nice card to send out, we have to take family pictures. So I'm having to think about this early because I need enough time to order a large amount of cards, and I don't want to be stressed out when December hits. So I went to Old Navy earlier this week, bought a few things, hoping that I can assemble some outfits between what I bought and what the boys already have in their closets so that we can take a nice Christmas picture. Just as soon as I got all the outfits laid out on the couch, the boys started coming home from school and we're really excited to try on these clothes. So I just pulled them out into the yard one by one and took pictures with my iPhone. I figured we pay so much for these little computers in our pockets nowadays that I might as well put that awesome camera to work. And I think I captured some really, really fun shots of the boys, their personalities, and that joy that comes with the first couple snowfalls of the year. And yes, it started snowing harder and harder as we were taking pictures. It worked out that the boys' pictures were done by the time that Mark got home from work, and then he got dressed and I finished getting dressed, and my friend came over and snapped a few family pictures for us. These aren't all the photos, and I think we'll have some really good options for our Christmas card this year. All right, family pictures were okay. It started to snow pretty hard and it got dark, but I think we got something for the Christmas card. So now we are in the process of going through our mudroom. Our next goal is to take things out of these lockers that we don't need for winter time. Raincoats, rain boots, things like that. And then fill them in with heavier jackets, snowsuits, things like that that will get us through the winter time. It is still snowing outside. Winter is here to stay, and we got to make sure the kids are ready for it. I sometimes feel like it is my part-time job to keep all the boys in the right size of clothing for the right season. So I started going through everything and having kids try things on. Mark went down into the crawl space and started pulling out gear. He also pulled out some suitcases for an upcoming trip. It was a lot of jackets and snowsuits. The pile just kept growing and growing till it was like taller than Everett. I continued to go through all of the lockers and just sort things. We needed to match up gloves. We needed to make sure things were pulled out that are no longer needed for the winter time. It is a lot of work to pull everything out at once, but I feel like it's just the best way to do it at the beginning of the season so that we know what we have, we know things match up, and we know that everybody has what they need for the season ahead. I also had kids trying on snow pants because they have grown this year. Some were still too big, others were not big enough anymore. So it's the struggle to make sure everybody has what fits them for the year ahead. I then made sure that I went through all the jackets and folded up the ones that are going down into the crawl space and kept out the ones that are good for the winter. I also needed to find my pair of snow pants, and I'm happy to have those put away in my locker. You guys, I'm deep in this now, so I have to finish, but I'm exhausted. And how many snow pants is too many for a 5-year-old? That's probably gonna fall in puddles and get wet. I think I'm keeping 3 pairs out for him. He just has all the ones from the cousins and older brothers. I think I found like, oh, I've just found so many little pairs of snow pants. Donating the ones that don't fit Everett anymore and keeping out a few pairs for him. Then it was my turn to head down into the crawl space, and Mark handed me down things that needed to be put away in the basement now, and I think we have what we need for the season ahead. Whew, that's a good feeling. Probably need to do a declutter down here, but tonight is not the night. I'm worn out. Okay, there's one boot missing. All right, we got it all put away. Mark then took over the very fun job of matching up all the gloves for the season ahead. What's going on here, Luna? Is it chaos? Is it just chaos? You find some new toys?
Yep. Down here.
In the basement? All right.
Over there.
That's a pretty cool build. We always encourage the boys to keep their lockers tidy and hang up their things. It usually needs to be cleaned about once a week, but every once in a while it needs a mom's touch to do this big overhaul and just make sure that it is ready for the weeks ahead. Well, friends, look what we woke up to. Looks like a snow globe outside. And we got a new superintendent from Texas. He canceled school today for 4 inches, which in some states that might be like a blizzard. Here, that's just normal. The roads are fine. The plow trucks were out when I went to the gym this morning. My drive was fine, but I was on the treadmill and got the text that school's canceled. So the kids are outside enjoying the fresh new snow. Oh, and here's Miss Luna. Hi. You needed to come say hello. I love you. So quiet. One thing I am making sure that we do during the winter is take vitamin D. I recently went to the doctor, had my blood drawn. Everything looked fantastic except for my vitamin D was extremely low. So grab these at Costco, making sure to take one a day, making sure the kids take their vitamins so that we are healthy through the winter. All right, I just gotta tell you, I'm so glad we persevered last night. I was so tired, but waking up to more snow and a snow day, it is really, really great that we have all the snow gear organized. I'm just gonna finish putting everything in this little emergency pack. Got some new beef jerky, some new trail mix. I'm gonna add in here. I take it out of the box because it just takes up too much room. Charged up this emergency charger. It can charge your phones. It can charge the car battery. Make sure that's charged up. I'm adding in an extra jacket in here for Everett's size. Some snow pants. And another pair of gloves. Just making sure. I also have this pair of boots that I keep in the car just in case I'm in tennis shoes and need to get out in the snow. And a full body suit. This is great if you have to like crawl under your car or, you know, just get out in the cold. So this is all going in
The car.
and I have several blankets that I just keep in the back of the car. As part of Everett's kindergarten homework on the checklist to practice every day right now, it says, practice putting on snow gear. If you can imagine, it could be tricky getting all those little kindergartners in snow gear. So they have to be able to get in their snowsuits, you know, hat and gloves on themselves. Miss Luna's coming down. She's probably gonna be watching us all through the window. It's time to get everything put into the back of the car, but first I need to clean it up a little bit. I've got all my shopping bags and shopping totes back there, so I'm gonna tidy that up before we put the winter kit in there. It does take up quite a bit of space in the back of the van, but it needs to be there for the winter time. I didn't realize Mark had already put this in my car for me last night. So this is the snowsuit I was looking for. I went and grabbed another one out of the basement thinking this one was missing. So this is the first thing going in. It does take up a lot of room in the back of my van, but if we need it, we'll be so happy we have it. And if we're taking the big van on a trip, we'll just transfer this stuff over. I probably do need to get like a bag of sand or kitty litter back here just in case. This makes me feel so much better having this in the back of my car, especially now that winter is here. For reals, for reals. This isn't going anywhere. Gotta go find it.
Maybe I know.
Found my scraper. Adding that to the car.
Ready?
Hunter's getting his workout in. Pulling Westy around.
Good.
This is a pretty good foot now. Woo! Nice!
That looked cool. What?
That was really good.
I wouldn't go any fast. I wouldn't go any higher or faster, or else you're gonna go and land really hard, and that's gonna hurt. Ah! Oh no, we're spinning. Oh wow, you're going fast. Okay.
Say hi.
Hi. Josh.
Everett, now
Ready?
Say bye.
Yes. Ready.
Set.
Go.
Go!
Uh-oh.
Woohoo! He hit the bump and just went whoop. 2, 1, lay back. And now make a snow angel. Keep going, a little more.
But I'm not going to make a snow.
That's a beautiful snow angel.
It's beautiful. I really want to make it again.
Okay, go ahead. So this snowsuit that Everett is wearing is called the Activate brand. It's from a local company called Big Rays, and they make really good snowsuits for active Alaskan kids, especially till they're about 7 years old. We prefer the one-piece snowsuit. It just keeps them warmer and drier. So we have purchased several of those Activate snowsuits. They do have a website, Big Rays, if you are looking for some snow gear. We had a little bit of winter growing pains this morning, and we've gone through this with every single one of our littlest kids. They forget how cold it gets in the snow. They forget how cold their hands get. They forget how cold their ears get. So Everett didn't want to wear a hat and his ears got cold. He took off his glove and buried it and then realized how cold his hand was. Thankfully, it only takes 1 or 2 times of that happening. I remember it happening with Hunter when he was little, and Bennett and Weston. They just have to, you know, kids have to test it out for themselves. And then thankfully they start to understand, and then they keep their gloves on, they keep their hats on. All right, these are some of our favorite gloves. We ordered them off of Amazon because they have this extra long cuff. When Everett started wearing these, they went all the way up pretty much to his elbows, and then you cinch them on and they're great, so they don't take them off as much. We have upgraded most of the time to the Costco head mittens, but these really were lifesavers for several years, and he's still wearing them. They are on Amazon. Okay, which one do you want to put on? Well, winter is officially here in Alaska. Thank you for keeping us motivated to get these projects done, bringing you along, showing you what it's like to be a family here in Alaska. It's quite a bit of work, but we do have some fun adventures planned throughout the winter. We have some vacations planned, and we hope that you'll hit that subscribe button so that you can come along with us. Thank you so much for spending time with us. We are so grateful for each and every one of you, and we'll see you again real soon for more of This Alaska Life. Can you say goodbye, Luna?